It's time to get on up with Jam and Renee. And here's your hosts, James Arthur M. and Renee Culver.
Well, good morning. Hello, everybody, and welcome to a new place to listen to, watch, and chat with your host live right here on your Echo device. You are watching Get On Up with Jam and Renee. I am your breakfast jam for the morning, James Arthur M.
And I am Renee Culver. Jam, good morning. I'm so excited to see you. I'm so excited to see all of our Get On Uppers right there in the back channel. Kristen, good morning. Kobe, good morning. Home, good morning. And one final one for you, James. I'm going to let you do that last shout out.
You are so kind. I love you so much. And please forgive me if I'm giving you any substitute teacher triggering vibes. But thanks for the layup.
Never.
Renee. Neutrino from Michigan.
Neutrino.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Now, Get On Uppers, you know us already. You know that. I bet Renee doesn't want to substitute teacher the name. She's going to throw it to James because James is great at that. But it's a lot of heavy lifting 5 seconds into the show.
You were still drinking your morning coffee, and you Get On Uppers. We love. It's so good to see you, Kobe. I feel like it's been a few days. This is not a shame call out. It's we miss ya. Miss ya. I will tell you, as soon as we hit go for the show, I realized I had the wrong microphone set up, so I was multitasking. I love to.
Whoa!
You don't get this on the Today Show. Hoda's
you
not
sure
going
don't.
So wait, my microphone's not working.
It's not the thing. So okay, but I do want to unpack that a little bit because I believe that she is as sweet as a Muppet. We love Hoda. We love Hoda here, and that is something that you can rely on. I want to unpack that a little bit because we have 1 minute, 60 seconds to do such a. So you did that in 60 seconds? Jim,
I did
nuts.
that while we were doing this opening. So I did it while I was doing
within
the
10 seconds. 5 seconds.
No, while I was talking, I was changing my microphone settings. So I love to just have the sausages made. There are no secrets.
Makes perfect sense.
Okay. No secret except when we go to the bathroom. That's the only secret. I don't want,
Keep that real quiet.
I believe in bringing your full authentic self to the show, but there's some things I don't need you to know. Taking a bio break.
Maybe not that part. I may not that part to everybody.
I'll tell you about that time I drank too much tequila and had too many, weed gummies, but I'm not telling you.
Heard all about that yesterday. Okay.
We did.
You know what though? The show is young and I would love to make the same promise to our Get On Uppers, but I simply cannot. I feel like I'm going to get cozy enough with them. I'm like, guys, it's time. And I may not say it directly, but they're going to know. We'll see. We'll see where the show lands.
Okay. Yeah, okay. We're gonna see where it goes. Well, you all, if you've never been here before, and Home, I believe, is new. Their first time on our show. Home, welcome. I do believe there is a way, if Home is your government name, I love it. Home is where your heart is. But you can change your name. I believe you say into your device, change my name to Betty Boop. Or say my name is. I think so. I'm not 100% sure.
This seems about right.
In notes, you can tell your device to change your name. Change your robot, and it works for you.
Okay. Yes, it sure does. And James, you bring up such a good point that the way that you can change your name is to say, change my name. The way that you can comment on the show, the exact same way. So if you wanted to say, Renee, maybe don't tell us when you go to the bathroom. That's how you do it. And I don't think I will. But if we're on year 7 of this, I might get as cozy with you guys as I am with family. I'm just gonna pop out real quick.
It's more than just letting your hair down with the Get On Uppers. It's taking your wig off. You just gotta take the wig off, take your shoes and your socks off, and get real. See? Ooh, I got a shout out. See, Kobe already showing you how it's done. Get On Uppers. If you want to interact, you just say, like Kobe just said, I like that hat.
Kobe's right. Yeah. And Kobe's right.
Kobe. I was going for a little a gay trucker or lumberjack. That's what I was doing for today.
Yeah, successful and attractive.
Got the gay there. And the little, just in case you don't get it.
Just a little rainbow on top. Just a little bit of rainbow on top.
A little bit of rainbow. Just a little rainbow.
You look better than ever. Always looking great.
Oh,
Always looking
look
great.
who's
Yes. Kim.
here.
Who do we
D
got?
has
Who
joined
do
the
we got?
stream. D has joined the stream. Welcome to Get On Up. You came at just the right time. We are just about to talk about what are we going to get into today. It's Tuesday, and we have successfully rebranded Tuesday. You've got your Manic Mondays, you got your Hump Days, you got your Thirsty Thursdays, and it took us 3 weeks, but we did it. And it is Treat Yourself Tuesday. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Formerly Ruby Buffy Tuesday, but that was just hard to say. And did it?
Well, it was just such an insiders club. Like you had to be there for the specific show with which we named it Ruby Buffy Tuesday, and I don't want anybody feeling left out. I don't need that. Everybody's included, all inclusive around here.
All inclusive. I mean, it's Dee's first time, and if Dee would hear Ruby Buffy Tuesday, I don't get it. Goodbye, and we don't want that. We don't want that. Dee from Arizona. Then we're gonna play Two Truths and a Lie about jobs we've had. We're still getting to know each other, and so you all will get to interact and help Renee and I discover which is the lie.
Which is very exciting. And James and I are artistes. Entertainers. So the gamut of jobs with which we've held is vast. And I think this one's going to be tricky because I think anything we say, you'll be like, I mean, probably. That sounds like you two. That might be
Do anything for money.
Maybe. I am over the moon to tell you that Celebrity Birthdays is now a daily segment with which we will be celebrating. And I hope so. Because I'll tell you what it does is that if you start to have a crummy day, and yesterday was a great day, but let's say it wasn't a great day. And then I could be like, but it's Davy Diggs' birthday. That can't be. Not on his birthday.
Not on his birthday. No.
I can't. No. I certainly cannot. So
not on Cheetah Rivera's birthday, which was yesterday. So yes, we have our celebrity birthdays and quiz. We're going to tell you who some celebrities were born today, celebrating their birthday, and some quiz about them. I warn you, some of these are very hard. So get ready.
I can't wait. We also have to.
Today I saw, we're going to do it at the same time. Today I saw headline news. Renee and I, we've been peeping out the news already. We saw some things. We're going to tell you what we saw.
Yeah. Now listen, I have changed it up a little bit. Normally, Jam is bringing the meat and potatoes of the news, the things that like actually this matters and we should talk about this and we should care. And I'm like, you guys hear there's new bubblegum flavor. But today I'm bringing something a little heavy myself.
Wow.
Renee's got a little bit of a heavy. Yes.
Okay. Is this Freaky Friday? Because I'm bringing you hot gossip. It's like nothing that will like, you don't need to sign a petition. You don't need to protest or burn anything down. It is some hot, juicy gossip. That's
over the moon.
Pop culture gossip.
Okay. All right. Well, I can't wait for that.
We have range. We have range as hosts.
Speak for yourself, my friend. I am standing staunchly in my bubblegum.
Kobe came back in time. I love gossip. Good call, Kobe. Well, you're in the right place. You stay right tuned. 8 o'clock getting you 8 or where Kobe is in Alabama. Is that East Coast time? I feel like that's East Coast time. Thinking about the map. I think it's East Coast time. So that it will be like Kobe needs me to tell him what time that's going to be at 11 a.m. So stay tuned. I think I did the math right. And then you've got a jet. You're turning the tables. This is Freaky Friday.
It really is Freaky
Tricky
Friday.
Tuesday. Yes. Tricky Tuesday.
For our Get On Uppers that tuned in on Friday, was that Friday that you were wearing that shirt? Friday. Jam was wearing the most glorious Marilyn Monroe shirt you ever did see. Took up the whole face of the chest, Marilyn Monroe's face, and provided a third host for the show wherein Jam could stand up, and Marilyn Monroe was now my co-host. So in honor of that glorious, glorious day and that glorious, glorious segment that I co-hosted with Marilyn Monroe, we will be doing a Marilyn Monroe quiz. Very excited. I knew none of this. None of this I knew. So I'm very excited to see if you knew any of it, because I sure did not. What was funny is I have gone to the internet to assist me with such a thing. And the internet is an actual quiz that I'm stealing. But to see the correct answer, you had to say the right answer. And it's just a sea of red as far as the eye can see. Incorrect.
Okay. What I appreciate about this is like you never ask someone to do something you're not willing to do yourself. And so you're not giving a quiz to me and the Get On Uppers that you yourself have not also already taken. So in some ways you've got skin in this game. So we're going to see if we can beat your score. Do you remember what your score was?
I 7 out of 28. I will not be asking 28 questions. But I can tell you this is that I will get confused over
Okay.
which is the right answer. Because I'll look at the wrong answer that I did, and I'm like, well, I said this, so it's that. Wait, oh no, it's the green one. So just remind
Okay.
me throughout the quiz that it's the green one is the right answer.
So we
gonna be
may do this quiz and still not know the right answer.
Yeah,
We might go
there's a
away being like, yeah, she was born in Brazil.
There's a chance. There's a chance.
That's what Renee wrote. Where is Marilyn Monroe born?
Brazil.
Brazil.
Brazil seems right.
I know one thing about my girl. She's Brazilian. Okay, and then the last segment of the day. Oh, Tim, welcome. I saw you sneak on in here. The last segment of the day, productivity habits, because it's Tuesday. You maybe got yourself stuck. You're like, uh-oh. False. It's like false start. False, like you're about to run a race and you trip over yourself. We got some great productivity habits for you to close out the day and get you going. And then also Giving Tuesday is every Tuesday here on Get On Up. There's so many causes that need your help. Renee and I have 2 of them for you.
Yep, sure do. I'm excited. This is a good little show we got going for ourselves. Okay.
Let's get it going. I'm gonna shuffle on over to your segment.
Shuffle to the segment. Shuffle
Typewriter
to the
Tuesday.
segment. Well, now do
What?
we need to redo the whole show? Is it Typewriter Tuesday? It can be. That can be a subsidiary.
Yeah, for next week. Okay.
Treat Yourself Tuesday, subsidiary Tuesday. So Treat Yourself Tuesday, not to be confused with Ruby Buffy Tuesday, because that was not as inclusive as we wanted it to be. Treats, pretty good. Pretty good is something that in a vast form. Now, I'm looking at, well, that's a cookie. That's what a treat is. A treat is a cookie. We all know it. But it can also just be anything that will make your day better. What are you doing today that will make your day better? And I have a twist for mine.
Okay.
The Jam. I'm curious what yours is. Get On Uppers. I obviously want to hear what yours is. Yes.
We do. Yep. I can't wait to hear from you, Get On Uppers. And I think I love Treat Yourself Tuesday now, because it is like you give yourself. Tuesday can be tricky and challenging. And so now I'm falling in love with Tuesday, because I'm like, oh, I'm going to treat myself to something today. It's that light at the end of the tunnel, that thing that I'm going to do so kind to myself. So I have a choose my own adventure, because I am an adult and I can make my own choices.
Yeah, you
so
are.
I'm either going to do this. I'm either going to go to the mall and finish my shopping, my winter shopping. I needed some winter clothes.
What is winter shopping?
Long sleeve flannel shirt.
Oh, long sleeve. Okay. Oh, I see.
We're in California. We are in California. And actually, that's why I'm like, I got to do it now, because it was like 70 degrees the other day. It was
so nice yesterday
in San Francisco. So I'm like, ooh, I got to get these winter clothes now. So I might go do some more, finish my shopping. I have a few more things I want to pick up. And go to Shake Shack. And that might be my Treat Yourself Tuesday. Or I might, because last week I watched Wayne's World, and I forgot what I ate, but it was great. So I'm thinking, I've actually never seen Wayne's World 2. So, or I've been seeing clips of it on TNT, and just when it was on, you just get little bits and bites. I already know it's probably not going to be. There's a reason why they didn't make a third one, and no one talks about Wayne's World 2.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember if I saw it.
There's drama around Wayne's World. Tell
me.
So there's drama around it, because after I watch a movie, I immediately go over to IMDb and I'm like, tell me everything.
Yep, absolutely.
But I didn't realize this. So Wayne's World was directed actually by Penelope Spheris, so lady director, which we love. But apparently, her and Michael Myers just to not get along.
Didn't quite gel.
But I heard that Michael Myers is actually kind of difficult to work with.
Yeah. I think so. I think that if you do that deep dive, I don't think Home Life was fantastic. I think a lot of comedians come into comedy because they're trying to escape. So I think dealing with a lot of demons, which that's not an excuse. It's not an excuse.
She was the hot 90s comedy director, and that she directed Suburbia. That was in the 80s. She directed the Beverly Hillbillies and the Little Rascals.
Oh my gosh.
The Little Rascals.
We love the Little Rascals. We love her. Okay. Yep. I love it. I love it so much. This is perfect. Treat Yourself Tuesday. I love this
And then I'm gonna order this restaurant, because y'all know I don't cook. I am a DoorDash subscriber.
Yes.
Gotta support the restaurant. So that's what I'm doing.
You simply have to. Thank you.
I'm gonna
Yes.
order from this place called Katvia, and they do like a little delicious like rice bowl. So they have like some chicken, some sweet potatoes, some broccoli, and some brown rice. And I'm just gonna be watching Wayne's World, Wayne's
Yes.
World, party
Party
time,
time.
excellent.
Excellent.
I don't actually know if they say that in the sequel. They might not. Maybe they're like, you
I
want
can't
nothing.
imagine that they
But
didn't.
maybe they're like, that was
Maybe.
Penelope's idea. We don't
Sure.
like Penelope. So
All
they might
right.
just do like, it's a Wayne's World. Don't you come back no
They go
more,
into-
no
they-
more, no more, no more. It's a Wayne's World. Don't you come back no
Either a
more.
1960s vibe. I thought that you were going like a Lumineers type of a folk song. Type of.
I don't think I could do that. I don't know that I could.
Well, and I
Wayne's
thank you for not.
World.
Yeah. Well,
Wayne's World. Sequel. Party time.
it's pretty good. We have to get you a guitar for it to
Girl likes
effectively
to
work.
Party all the time. Party all the time. Party. How did I
Okay.
get there?
I don't know.
I'm sorry.
I don't know.
What are you?
No.
Get
but-
on uppers. We're still curious. What are you going to treat yourself to today? What are you going to treat yourself to today for Treat Yourself
Let us
Tuesday? I
know.
want to know. Maybe I'll get inspired.
Let us know. We want to see. Now, I would like to, as you're like, how did I get there? You're going to wonder how I got here, but I will tell you. Circling back to after you watch a movie, you IMDb. I think that's very popular that we all look back. And some of the streamers are helping out with that. So Amazon Prime, if you do it, they will tell you what actor is in this scene. So you can like, oh, that's the name. I love it so much. Then Peacock will tell you what is the rating of Rotten Tomatoes. So I'm wondering what streaming source is going to give me all the things I need. I want the Rotten Tomatoes rating. I want to know who's in it. I want to know what feuds happen as I'm watching the movie. Is somebody going to provide that for me at some point?
Oh, I thought you were saying like you're like what streaming service is going to provide it, and then you're going to fill in the blank, and you were going to be like, "It's
No,
Quibi."
I'm asking.
Everyone go over to Quibi because I
Quibi's
have
back, baby.
stock in
They're giving
it.
you everything you need.
Renee, when she saw everyone was getting out, she's like, "Now's the time," and she bought 90 shares of 90%.
I'm going to grab it all, and then I'm going to tell them to. I want you to play the movie, and I want you to give me a little booklet off to the side of all the information I want to know.
It's sort of like you want pop-up video, so you just want to go watch
Pretty
VH1.
much. Yeah.
Just head on over to VH1 then. They'll tell you all the little things.
Okay, all right. Go back and watch who runs a VH1. So I don't know. Now, are you ready for this twist? This is a twisty treat yourself. I don't foresee me shutting up about this new job anytime soon. Feel like I'm gonna shoehorn that into every segment.
I got a new job. We're like the refugees are escaping. I got a new job.
Okay, but I got a new job. But what about me? But what about my privilege? You guys want to talk about my privilege a little more? Which will also coincide into this. Anytime I get a new job, I like to just wring out the remainder of my current health insurance in the current job. So just like just everything you possibly go. So I'm going to the dentist, and this is not an exaggeration, 5 times in the next week. To just ring out.
Okay, it's Tuesday. So you're going like on the weekend too, putting some weekend time for the dentist? Oh my God, Renee.
I know.
You're like, get it all done.
Just get it all done. Because I have a deep clean. I guess when they do the deep cleaning, this is great. Everybody wants dentist talk at 7:00 in the morning. Yeah, everybody. Okay. So when you do a deep cleaning, it takes 4 times because they do the right side bottom and the left side bottom and the right side top and the left side top. It's a mess. So that's 4.
Yeah.
I got a cavity.
Oh,
Damn.
yeah.
I ate a lot of sweets over the pandemic. I got a cavity.
That does track because I here's what. So oftentimes, y'all, how I go to sleep is I just think about things that Renee has said and I giggle myself to sleep. I'm not kidding about this. I'm laying in bed and just like, and my giggle last night was. For whatever reason, Renee last week was talking about Skittles, and she was like, "Oh, that red bag of Skittles. A friend of yours has that, mouth watering." And I don't think I've ever thought of Skittles as like mouth watering candy. Oh my gosh! Oh man,
I love candy. We got some big get on uppers coming into this.
Look at this. Gary's here.
Garrett, we love you, Gary.
That's the only person that's come. Sorry, Gary. Welcome to the show. We're glad to have you. I was just expecting a longer list. Renee's like, so many people here.
So many people are here. Well, because I thought I saw a bunch of people, but then I was looking more. But you know what, Gary, you represent a bunch of people, and I'm happy to have you. I'm so happy to have you.
You from the East Coast,
Yes.
North Carolina. We love it.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So
So
all
back to
right.
yourself. So I'm going to the dentist today. Is my treat. But it's during the day. It's during the work day. And isn't that a little treat? A little treat. You're like, I can't. I'm at the dentist. Great.
Also, as I'm connecting the dots, this is great.
Yeah.
So as you all know, you may have heard, Renee has a new job. I don't know if you've heard of this.
She will not be shutting up
Renee
about
has
it.
a new
She will not be
job.
shutting up about it.
And what we
Don't ask her
realized
to.
yesterday, she's got a major case of senioritis. Now, connecting the dots, she has conveniently scheduled all of her dentist appointments during the day because she can't work and she's trying to milk her health insurance.
I can't work. I cannot work. Exactly.
I'm going to the dentist. This is really brilliant, Renee. You're a crafty lady.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much. I like to try to believe that I am a good person who is accommodating and considerate, but it is becoming abundantly clear based off evidence. I told a choreographer to slow down. I told a girl who was singing that she was flat. I am milking my health insurance. I am senioritising, and I build the world I want around me. You will work for me. Ugh. I don't know if I love learning this about myself.
You're a woman who knows what she wants, and you just gotta own it, Renee. You are a woman who knows what she wants. If you are also a woman who knows what she wants, say, "Oh yeah," into your Echo device, or "I got you, Renee," into your Echo device, and we will see it, and we will repeat it, and we'll
and again to
celebrate
do that.
everybody.
So the password to get into saying that is to say. Oh
That's
yeah.
it. Yep. Remember, you are the third co-host. All right, everybody, strap in because we are going for a ride, and it is called Two Truths and a Lie. Two Truths and a Lie. All right, so if you've never played Two Truths and a Lie before, here's what's going to happen. Renee and I are going to tell you some things that we are saying, oh, they're truthful. That's right. But one of them is a lie. One of them is a bold-faced lie, and it's going to be on you, the get-on-uppers, to figure out which one is the lie. And today's theme is jobs we've had in the past.
Which could basically be anything.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yep. It could be anything. And look at this. You're a good woman, Renee from Kobe. Look at you. See?
I knew I liked you. I knew I liked you. You logged on and I was like, I want to be friends with Kobe. Yeah.
You're beautiful, clever girl.
Clever girl. Yeah, clever girl.
Renee,
Geriatric millennial. Okay.
I would like to hear from you first. What are your truths and a lie? I'll need your help. Get on uppers. Let me know which one you think she's lying to us about.
Lying to us. Now, I want to match you in vulnerability for this first job. So over the weekend, you said you got yourself into some tequila and weed gummies, and I did not share any substances that have given me trouble. And I think it's time.
Well, you did mention when you had an edible a decade ago. You got really
I sure did.
You told a girl who was singing "Your Body Is a Wonderland" that she was flat.
I did. Bello did. I think that's flat. Yikes. Yay.
And then the ladies who are making Christmas cookies, Renee's like, this is a disaster.
No, you guys are a disgrace to Christmas cookies. I will need you to leave the kitchen now. Thank you so much. But in a mean voice. That was mean.
I thought you were vulnerable with that. That was vulnerable.
Okay. All right. Well, I got more to share. So I am curious if you were familiar with the franchise American Girl.
I like the dolls, the American Girl dolls.
Yeah.
And when there are books about it, I just remember. I forget the black one. She made Hush Puppies. That's all.
There is. Yeah. Addie, I think.
They have tragic stories.
All tragic. So American Girl
all orphans.
Yeah. But they also, so it is a franchise, and it has, I think the pandemic took down many of these, but there used to be American Girl stores. So you could go, you could get a doll, you could take your doll to tea, and you could partake in the American Girl theater experience. Now, JAM, I auditioned, and I did not make the main show of the American Girl History Review. I did not make that. I did, however, make the show for children who weren't quite old enough to watch The American Girl, History Review, called Biddy Bear's Matinee in the Family Tree. Now, what's great is I did play the title role of Biddy Bear, Biddy, Family Tree, and it was a musical. So you know and I should have sent an asset to. But you know what? I feel like it's too early. It's too early in the show, but also in the season to subject Get Out Uppers to an actual photo of this. But you know when's coming. Also, I'm probably tipping my hat that this is the truth. Point is, there's a whole story here, and I would like to tell you. So it is a fluffy costume, much like you would see at Disneyland. So it is a full furry costume, but it's a musical. So they have cut out a hole for your face, so that you can sing.
Yeah.
So it's a bear head on the side. Now, I got this job in my 20s where I partook in alcohol more than I currently partake in it. And that costume smelled so much like Jack Daniels that it was deemed, I think we need to make another bear costume because there was a meet and greet after with the children and the odor would repel for a hug. So I cost the company an additional about $3,000. That's how much it takes to make a Biddy Bear costume. Because the current one, and I quote on the form, smells a bit like Jack Daniels. So that's my Biddy Bear.
Wait,
Sorry.
can I also? I know you're in the middle of. Well, first of all, I think that's true. So I know this is the way the game is not supposed to be played. But I'm like, well, this is true.
You don't know. You don't know. Okay.
Okay. Or just this is how much they couldn't let you go, that they were like, we're not just gonna get a new Betty Bear,
right?
We're gonna just get a new costume because you're
we'll
so valuable. You're the lead, but also like a bit of a 1920s actress who's just like, where are the children? I need another Jack Daniels. You don't know me. Going to class.
To be very clear, no drinking was had in the costume. That was my pores seeping the Jack Daniels from the night before as I sweat into the costume. So it was my sweat from the night before that was making it smell like Jack Daniels.
Was it like, woo, that was a good children's show. Let's hit the bar. It's like 5 o'clock in the afternoon. And
it's like 11 a.m. No, so the show was at 9:30 and 11. But then the previous night, I would have partook in some Jack Daniels. And so by 9:30, I'm sweating out the Jack Daniels into the costume. And that's how Biddy Bear started smelling Jack Daniels.
Okay. Well, maybe that's true.
Maybe that's
not. Maybe it's just a clever story. You're like, let me just really throw you off the side.
Really elaborate.
Maybe that happened to like your Cynthia from down the street. So we'll
you
find out. Renee likes to throw us off. I will be so mad at you, Renee.
I know.
That is,
you don't know.
The tip of the hat.
A tip of that.
Off. Okay.
You don't know. Jam, I have to interrupt this breaking story to tell you that Stacy has joined. Stacy, we're so happy to have you back. Stacy, welcome.
You're just in time for 2 truths and a lie. Renee may have lied to us or told us the truth. Pretty much, she used to be in a children's show where she wore a bear costume that, because Renee was in her 20s and was, let's face it, drinking a lot.
Yep.
The costume reeked of Jack Daniels, and they had to get a new one. So
that's the first truth. That's the first truth. Colby thinks it's a lie.
Okay, so Colby sees right through you.
I know. Let's see. Second one. I used to write the shows for theme parks. 3 years running, I wrote the Grinch Christmas show at Universal Studios Hollywood. Last one. I too, Jam, was a dancer on a cruise ship. Those are my 3. Okay, so children's show bear, Jack Daniels. Used to write the Grinchmas shows for Universal Studios Hollywood. Was a dancer on a cruise ship.
Okay, get on uppers. I'm talking to you. Renee's not here. Here's what I know. I do think, just because I'm going to trust her, I'm waging our entire friendship and how much I love her on this, because it was such a good story. And I will walk off this set if it's not true. So I'm going to say the first one's true. The second one, did I hear an uh-oh? You're like, ruin the friendship. The second one, I know for a fact that Renee worked at a theme park before. She used to work at a theme park. She tells that story just as often as she tells us
Constantly.
she has a new job.
Thank you.
But I
I won't
don't
shut
know
up
if she
about
was
it.
writing those stories, and maybe she didn't write The Grinch. She wrote like, I don't know, a Mary Poppins Stills Christmas or something.
Oh,
I don't know.
it's possible. Yep.
The third one is I know Renee's a dancer. I don't think she was a dancer on the cruise ship, and here's why. I've talked about being on a cruise ship so many times. Why would this be the first time I'm hearing about it? That'd be so random. That's just like,
Right.
I'm going to tell you on air, we have this thing in common.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or she told me and I was not paying attention, which is
Sure.
also
Also a possibility. Also a very valid possibility. Okay. What do you think?
okay. Kobe, what do you think? Do you have any ideas? The first, second, or third one? Oh man, I'm in a pickle.
In a
I'm gonna-
pick.
I'm gonna
In
take
a
a
bit
bubble
of
bite.
a pickle. Yep.
Okay, Renee, I'm gonna go with that last one is the lie. That's what I'm gonna
You
say.
nailed it. You nailed it. Yep. Never danced on a cruise ship.
No.
Never danced on a cruise ship. Nope. Would not leave the theme park, much like I will not stop talking about it. And so they were like, well, honey, you're 85. So I guess write the shows at this point.
Was this Knott's Berry Farm? What was this?
Universal Studios Hollywood, the entertainment capital
Oh,
of LA.
shoot. Yes, you were in the big leagues. You were like, we've got to get this production of Spider-Man the musical up and running. It cost Universal Studios $1 million.
Yeah.
And then
yeah.
Julie Taymor tried to take the reins from you, and it didn't work.
Devastating.
You're like,
No.
Julie, I tried. It doesn't work. Spider-Man will never be a musical.
Can assure you this, and you two, very difficult to work with. They're not difficult to work with, but Julie Taymor and you two.
All right. Well, I got it right. I won.
You nailed it. Okay. Jam, I believe
Mine
it is your
are
turn.
not as interesting. I maybe missed, and we again.
No, you did
Here
not.
was the road, and here was the assignment, and Renee went this way, and I went down that way.
No, as you should. Yes.
So
you did it
mine
properly.
are thanks, Kobe. I got a good job,
Good job.
Jam.
You nailed it.
So mine are not necessarily acting jobs I've had, but jobs that I've had to survive as an actor.
Ooh, I see. Well, those were jobs.
yeah.
I mean, were those acting?
Hey, you're Betty Bear. That was an acting job. Yeah.
I
All right,
hate to
Manny
correct you
has-
on that, but it was bitty, like itty bitty.
I had a feeling I was saying it wrong, but because you let me get away with it two
Yeah.
times, I was like, oh, I'm nailing it.
I'm all right. It's probably bitty.
Bitty
Yeah.
Bear.
Right. Well, because you don't want to be the person who's just like, I thank you to get that esteemed role correct. Thank you.
It was
Thank God,
Bitty Bear. I played the role of
Bear's
Bitty Bear.
That name.
Manny.
Thank you.
Manny from California. Oh my goddess. Look, Manny from California's here.
Manny.
Renee from California's here. James from California's here. It is a California party here
California
today.
theme. Mhm.
Welcome, Manny. We are playing Two Truths and a Lie. And it's not my turn. It's my turn. Okay.
It's your turn.
All right.
Everybody's excited for
is
this. Yes.
Jobs that we've had. And these are like survival jobs or jobs in between being an actor that I tried to do. Maybe. I don't know. Somebody's lying.
Let's see.
I worked as assistant campaign director for the DNC in Seattle in 2008. Grueling 15 hours a day. I cried so much. I did it for 5 months. Did not make it to the election. I quit before the election, quit in October, and left the country on a cruise ship. So I was like, I'm out of here.
Okay.
I'm out.
Okay.
Or maybe I'm lying. I don't
No,
know.
all of this seems right. I didn't know that you guys work 15 hours. Well, I guess we'll talk about this once you tell me if it's two truths and a lie. But 15 hours is too much. That's too much work. No.
I was a party starter for bar mitzvahs. Get those kids, those 13-year-olds on the dance floor.
Yeah. Yes. Love it.
I was Oh, I misunderstood. I did not count right. So I have 3 truths and a lie.
Oh, honey. It's okay. All right.
No,
you know what?
it's
It's 7:30. It's 7:30. It's 7:30. You're not supposed to understand the game this early. Why would you? No,
I
absolutely
pulled a
not.
Renee.
You know what
I
is
thought
so
there were too many bullets. I knew there was 3. I knew there was like 3, and I was like, "Oh yeah, 2 truths and a lie," because there's 3 of them,
right?
And then there's another one that's a lie.
And you got to say, well, no. So this one's going to be for you. We're going to change the rules. It's 3 truths and a lie, and that's how we're going to do that. I love it. I think
Stacey's on my side. Stacey said, "Jam, sometimes understanding again early is hard to do." Stacey knows what I'm
Thank you.
going
Stacey
through.
knows.
Get
Stacey
off
knows.
my
I'm on
back,
Stacey's side. Yeah.
Renee.
Feel like all I've done is say no problem. Don't worry about it. We'll just change the game around what you did. But okay, all right. I'm so
Like,
sorry for
Nick has
being
to put up a
difficult, I
new
guess.
title screen. 3 truths and we already had the title screen. 2 truths and a lie. Now we got 3
Now we
truths
got
and a
3
lie.
truths and a lie.
Well,
Happy to work around this. Yes.
okay. Thank you. So I was a manager at a copy center. And then
Like
the
making copies, like that
making
kind.
copies. Yeah, I was a
Okay.
manager at a copy center. And
Okay.
then I worked as part of a scavenger hunt company. And sometimes I would dress up as a pig or a superhero, and people would have to chase me around the city of San Francisco. One time I was dressed as a tomato.
Okay.
One time I taught choreography to people, like a team builder.
Okay. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay. Now, the thing that's difficult about you is you are good at absolutely everything you do. So I can't be like, well, I know for a fact that you've never made a copy in your life. So I can't rule it out that way. Okay. And you strike me as somebody who absolutely would volunteer. Get on uppers. Let's see what you guys think. So to review, we have 3 truths and a lie. The first one is
Okay,
a
Renee, we got it.
volunteer in
Just
Seattle.
review. James misunderstood the assignment, and the game is now
Did not.
3 truths and a lie.
We've changed the game mid-game, and this is the game that James perfectly abided by. He's perfect. There's no notes for Jam. No notes whatsoever. Did it worked for a campaign, quit before the ending of it, went to a cruise.
Yep. Well,
Okay.
to work on a cruise. I didn't like,
Okay.
"Ooh, I'm just gonna cruise." I
Just
worked
get
on a
okay,
cruise.
right, to work on a cruise.
According to the
A
story.
party starter. Party starter at a bar mitzvah seems so in your wheelhouse that if that's not true, I want to will it to the truth. Manager at a copy store, you'd be good at. Okay, Colby thinks it's number 1. Colby thinks you didn't quit. I have Colby. This is what I'm assuming. Colby, do you think it's number 1? He did work on that campaign, but he didn't quit. Is that what we think? Or they're running around but you are in San Francisco. But I also saw you reading when you were talking about the San Francisco job that you were running around. So I feel like if it were true, you could have just told me that. Okay. So I'm going to go with Colby. I think that Colby is right. I think it's 1. I think you did do that job, but you didn't quit. That's what I think. You don't quit. You've never quit anything in your life. Okay. So yes, Colby and I say number 1.
Okay, answers are locked in, and no, I absolutely did that job. It was one of the worst jobs I've ever had in my entire life. I've never cried so much on a job before because you're like, oh, you care so much, and this election, it matters, and all this stuff. I was not volunteered; it was paid, but you were working a ridiculous amount of hours. It was a fundraising campaign. I would have to hire and fire people like every day. It was bad. I accidentally did not look at someone's application of like, have you ever been convicted of a sex crime? And they had, and it was bad.
It happens.
But there were turf wars. There was turf wars as well. We had to go. There's so many canvassing orgs. We have to go to a meeting and be like, all right, save the whales. You get Bellevue for this next 2 weeks, and then feed the children. You get, hey, I saw one of your guys in my territory. It was like really intense.
That's so intense. So much.
But no, that one is true. I was a party starter for bar mitzvahs.
But did you quit at the end of the campaign though? I feel like you didn't quit.
I left in October. I quit. No, I quit.
Good.
Yep.
Good.
And then that's when I went on. Then I was drinking too much, and then was like, "What am I doing in Seattle? I'm just out drinking."
No,
and that's when I was like, "Oh, I'll go work on a cruise ship and pay off some graduate school debt."
Okay. All right. I'm sorry that happened to you. You're a very good person. Okay.
Well, thank you. I was a part. It was the 2008 election. It felt kind of bad to like not finish all the way through, but no regrets. It was terrible.
It's fine. Yes,
terrible. I was a party starter for bar mitzvahs. I only did it once though, but it was. And here's the thing: I thought because I've played a high schooler up until like the age of 30, so about 6 years ago. I've actually done voice over work for a high school role recently.
I believe it.
I thought like I keep forgetting like kids can smell, like teens, preteens, they can
Oh,
smell an
yeah.
adult.
No, they
And
know.
they're
They
like,
know.
I thought it was like, ooh, I felt like Drew Barrymore and Never Been Kissed, where they're just like, who's
Sure.
this old lady?
Right.
Okay, we see. Like I thought they were like, and then I would try to get them to like talk gossip about each other. That was the
Yeah.
only way I could get in their good graces. They're like,
Eesh.
yeah, so Shelly
Yeah.
doesn't have the new iPhone. They're like, oh yeah, Shelly, you're so stupid. We hate you. So I just Mean
Yeah.
Girls them. That's what I did.
Yeah. Ay, ay,
And that
ay.
worked.
Okay.
That
All right.
worked,
Well,
yeah.
good. That's exactly how it should be. You have to mean girl teens. It's required. We got Lori. We got Gary. You guys were so happy to have you here. Here's what we're doing is we are unpacking James's 3 truths and a lie and trying to figure out which one was a lie. Which one was a lie? Okay.
Yeah.
So 2 for 2.
So, and I did work as part of a so I worked as assistant campaign director for the DNC. I was a party starter for bar mitzvahs,
Great.
and I was part of a scavenger hunt company called the Go Game, and you'd get different assignments. Sometimes I was like the choreographer and I had to teach them choreography, and they had to
Fun.
film it. And my favorite ones was I'd be dressed up as a superhero or a pig, and they would have to like run around the city of San Francisco and catch me.
Come on.
Yeah.
Was that fun? Seems
Yeah,
fun.
checks,
Fair.
that's some of the check clears. And I worked at a copy center, but I was not a manager. I
Okay.
had worked at 2
Okay.
different copy centers.
Yeah. You could have been though. Could have been.
I could.
Yeah, that all seems about right. That all seems about
Yeah.
right. I yes, Jam.
Renee, I'm so excited.
What?
It's time for, sorry to interrupt. I just thought it was next on the agenda and no time to recap.
Over the
Y'all,
moon.
it's time for celebrity birthday quiz.
Happy birthday
to ya. Happy birthday to ya.
You're flat.
Happy birthday. Are you stoned right now? Okay, thank you.
I would never. Your beautiful voice is perfect. But that's just, I wanted you to get a taste of what your body is a wonderland girl had to experience.
Okay, so y'all, some celebrities had some birthdays today because they're just like us. They have birthdays. And so this is a new segment that we're doing every day. I have 5 celebrities, and then I'm going to ask y'all some questions about them. So you're going to help Renee out. So Gary and Lori and Kobe and Tim and Stacy and Marilyn from New Hampshire, you can help Renee out because she might not know.
Oh God, I've never once got anything right in my life, you guys. I need you. I need you. Help me out, please. Please.
You got Tim here. Tim's always right. You know, Tim
That's
be knowing.
Tim's always right. Okay.
All right. Our first one is Dina Manoff. We have a photo in case you're like, I don't recall, but this will jog your memory.
Yeah.
Nick, can you get that photo of Dina, the first one? Oh wait, no, not this one. The next. There it is.
Okay.
Oh, that was gonna be the surprise one.
Okay.
There should be 2 photos of Dina. Can we do the first one, Nick? The Dina number 1.
Dina number one. Dina number one.
Photo.
Okay.
Yep.
All
Dina
right.
Manoff.
We're working on it.
Number 1. We're gonna get there.
Here we go. We got it. I'm very excited. But I'm also excited for the tease that Nick gave us. Nick's good at making sure that Renee gets a little bit of a cheat.
Yeah, they give you a little bit of a hint there. That's,
which I appreciate.
Yeah.
I respect it.
All right.
I appreciate
well, we can go maybe since that one isn't there. Will even check the folder. Yeah, it should be Dina Manoff number 1, Nick. There we go. Dina Manoff just had a birthday. Dina Manoff turned 66. Question for you. Who is Dina Manoff? What has she been in?
Sure, I bet she's been in Greece.
Dang it, Nick. There goes my punchline. Nick was like, there'll be no humor today.
No humor.
Because if I would have the other one, you would have not known
no clue.
at all.
Wait, let me hold. I can. Okay, so
who
let me
did she
picture.
play in Greece? Then we'll go to that.
I still
Who
don't
did
know though.
Dina-
That I don't know. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. Get on uppers. Can you see what's going on here? Do you know who this person is in Greece?
All right.
Who is
Nick,
that?
can you show now show the number 2 photo, Nick, the one that you had, the Greece photo. We'll do that one. Who did Dina Manoff play in Greece? Do not Google Get on Uppers. Do not Google.
No going. So
Dina
she's a
Manoff.
pink lady.
Birthday.
We can see that based off the jacket. She's part of the pink ladies.
Yeah.
Is she? I don't think she's Rizzo. Doesn't look like
Okay.
Sandy. Um, is the beauty school dropout person a different person from Rizzo? It is, right?
I don't know. Renee,
I think
I'm
it is.
gonna be honest with you.
Okay.
Never
Yeah.
seen the movie.
Oh,
Never seen it.
no.
There's something about a bunch of white people in the 50s
Yeah.
that doesn't I don't that
Doesn't appeal to you. Don't need it.
doesn't make me feel safe. I
Don't need
just
it.
get a
I
little I'm
re
sure you're having a great time.
respect this.
Um,
Yes.
here's what I'll tell you.
Yeah.
She played Marty in Grease. That's who she
Oh,
played.
fantastic. She was Marty in Grease. I think Marty's beauty school dropout. Maybe she's not.
Okay.
Eh.
She
All right.
also played Carol Weston on Empty Nest and
No.
Maggie Peterson on Child's Play.
Great. I love it. I love it.
Oh,
I love it.
Dee
Okay. Dean
Khan played the
Khan
beauty
played
school
Tim. Thank you.
dropout.
Thank you. I
Tim,
need
what
you,
do
Tim.
want?
Help me out. I'm not allowed to Google Tim, so I need you. Thank you. Well,
All
happy
right.
birthday. Happy birthday
Happy
to wait.
birthday to Dina Manoff.
Dina Manoff. On the tip of my tongue, was about to say it. You took the words right out of my mouth. Absolutely remembered.
You were so excited. Happy birthday to
pick that up if you could, James. Thank you so much.
Emerald, welcome to Get On Up. We are just playing right now Celebrity Birthday Quiz. We have some celebrities who have birthdays today. We're celebrating them, but we also have some trivia about them. All right,
Sure do.
next one. Jennifer Lewis. Actress Jennifer Lewis just turned 65 today. Let's see.
Love
her so
love her.
much.
Love her.
Love her. She's so great. Your trivia for Jennifer Lewis is...
Yes.
She helped develop and originally performed this dreamy role before the part was ultimately given to who? So what was the role?
Okay.
What was here's what I'll say. Here's what I'm
Yeah.
gonna give you more. I'm gonna give you
A little
more.
bit more. Help us out. A little bit more.
All right.
A little bit more.
So she
Yeah,
helped
see that.
develop this original. She helped develop and originally perform this dreamy role before the part was ultimately given to somebody else when the show went to Broadway. Can you name the musical or role?
I'm gonna go with dreamy is my hint. And I'm gonna go with, and I don't remember the character's name, but I'm gonna go with, the musical was Dreamgirls, and she played Jennifer Holliday's character until they gave it to Jennifer Holliday.
Renee, not even going to consult. Okay, Tim and Renee are on the same page with Dreamgirls.
We both think
here.
Dreamgirls. Tim and I both think Dreamgirls.
This is when Renee gets really competitive, especially when it's like musical stuff. She's like, I don't need any help.
I don't need anybody.
This.
I don't need anybody except for I know nothing about Grease. Nothing. Okay. Yes.
So, but what was the role? What was the role? So I'm gonna give it to you. You are right with Dreamgirls, but in Renee snaps because Jennifer Holliday. It was the part she took it over from.
Really?
But what part was Jennifer Holliday?
Tim, is it Effie? Is Jennifer Holliday's name Effie in Dreamgirls? I think. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Yeah. Tim, if it's okay, I'd love to say, and everyone else, my rest of the Get On Uppers. I'm going to go with Effie and Dreamgirls that Jennifer Holliday ultimately took.
All right, let's see if that's the right answer.
Let's see.
And I'm telling you that you got it right. What about me? You did it. That was great.
Very
I
exciting.
I gave you too much of a hint with that dreamy there.
No, you did. You did. But I appreciate you because I would have never gotten it otherwise. So I appreciate you. I appreciate you.
No, you did great. Gosh, it was hers. It was originally hers.
You know what's so crazy is that I think occasionally the person that develops the role never gets to be an icon themselves. But Jennifer Holliday is an icon. And Jennifer Lewis also an icon. 2 icons.
I mean, Jennifer Lewis's career just went on, so she's fine. She's doing all right. She was also one of Bette Midler's backup singers, the Harlots, which eventually led to her first appearance on Midler's HBO special. She has she's over 130 IMDb credits right now. She's on Blackish, and she's hilarious. She has a great quote that she said in this one interview. It was a red carpet interview. She goes, "The elevator to success is broken. Take the stairs."
Oof.
Love that so much, right? There's no easy way. You gotta take those stairs.
You have to hustle.
You gotta huff it up.
You just gotta
huff it up.
Yeah. That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Oh, that was fun. I like that one. Okay.
All right.
Thank you for all your help on numbers. I appreciate you. I appreciate you.
Okay. All right. Here we go. Actress Anna Ortiz is turning 51 today. And she's turning 51. Anna Ortiz. We got a photo of her. There's her at the red carpet. Actress Anna Ortiz. In 2006, she was cast as Hilda Suarez in this hit ABC show, canceled far too soon after 4 seasons.
Yes. I produce a show called Bitch Sesh, which is great, which is a recap show of The Real Housewives. Anna Ortiz was just a guest. And I think it was.
Get on.
I can remember the show. So it was like all these fancy ladies that lived on the same street. You want to give me the first letter?
No, not at all.
No.
What show
do you know what Anna Ortiz
was
what
Anna
the name
Ortiz
of the show?
and she played
This
Hilda
was
Suarez, who Hilda Suarez was
Yes.
the sister to the lead of the show. Sister to the lead of the show. So there's the lead and she was like the sister.
Yeah.
And it was canceled.
Okay.
Stacey said Small Bell.
Maybe.
Or
Okay.
Smallville, maybe.
Yeah. Desperate Housewives. I think it's Desperate. Wait, right? Tim, I agree. I think it's Desperate Housewives. The only thing my brain would give me is Real Housewives. But I think it's Desperate. I agree with Tim. I think it's Desperate Housewives. Colby, you think Desperate Housewives too? Yeah. And I think that I basically got it right, saying a bunch of fancy ladies on a street, which was the original title for Desperate Housewives.
And Kobe also fancy ladies on a street. All right, here we go. Answers are locked in.
Okay,
Kobe also agrees. You all are going. I love it. The support, the camaraderie amongst the get on uppers. But Tim's like, who would she have played? Eva Longoria's sister. Answer already locked in. And y'all are, I love it. Get on uppers are going down with the ship together because correct. Eva Longoria was the sole Latina on Fancy Ladies on a Street, aka Desperate Housewives. But here's where you're thinking, and I'm going to go with you. This is where your brain went. So you all are in the ball. You're not in the ballpark. There's the game and you're outside of it, but you're in the parking lot. Okay. You're nearby. You're like, how do we get in? So you're there. You're just a little lost. So she was in, the show was Ugly Betty, which is what I was talking about.
Right.
Ugly Betty.
Right.
But then Eva Longoria helped produce a show called Devious Maids, which was also written by Mark Cherry, who wrote Desperate Housewives.
Desperate Housewives.
So there is that connection.
That little connection. Okay.
I just blew Kobe's mind, or Kobe was like, that made no sense. Because Kobe went, what? So she was in, just to recap, so we're on the same page here. Yes, you're tailgating with your, as Tim said, y'all are tailgating with lots of drinks. So yes, she was in Ugly Betty. And Ugly Betty was written by, she was in Ugly Betty, but then Eva Longoria and Mark Cherry, who were doing Fancy Ladies on a Street.
Good memory. Yes. Desperate Housewives. Yes.
They created a show called Devious Maids, and she was in that show.
I got it. Okay, so that makes sense. Okay. And lovely. I haven't got to meet her, but I saw her over Zoom, and a very delightful person. Happy birthday to Anna!
Oh, yeah, she's also on Love, Simon, which was a spinoff from. Yeah. She's on the Hulu show. Gay dramedy. We love it. Gay teen dramedy. Okay, 2 more really quick. Joe Sirois just turned 50. Let's put up a picture of him.
Happy birthday, Joe.
He's the drummer of what band from the 90s? And it's his birthday.
Oh, sure. Blink-182.
He's the drummer from what mighty band from the 90s?
Oh, Mighty Mighty Boston's.
I'm too good with my hands. I'm too generous. I'm too generous. The answer is the Mighty Boston's.
Okay, sure.
Oh man, see, I was too nice because it would have been really hard.
It was very.
Who's this woman?
Well, and to be very clear, if you had done this segment at 7:30, my answer would have been locked in as the Mighty Ducks, and I would have stood by it. We just got to do the segment a little bit earlier once I have a little less coffee in me.
Okay. All right. Last one.
And Get on Uppers. We're going to participate together in this one. So everybody, eyes up, hands up. Here we go. We got this as a team.
Yeah, you Googling. All right, here we go. Last one. Alicia Keys is turning 42 today. We got a picture
Whoa.
of the lovely Alicia Keys. There she is.
Alicia.
Alicia Keys. What is her last name?
Oh boy. Jam. Come on.
That's the question. That's what I wrote. I can't give you any other hint.
Okay,
What is her
all
last
right.
name?
Get on up.
I
I
will
need
tell
desperate
you.
help here. Yes.
I will tell you. I'll give you a hint.
Yes.
So her last name is Keys, and so it's like a physical sort of thing. Her last name is like it's kind of like an action or a thing that you could do.
Okay. Get on
No
numbers. Any ideas?
Googling. Do
Any
not
ideas? Okay, an
Google.
action or a thing you can do. Okay. Okay. So I think it's Alicia sips chamomile tea by the fire. Is that right,
Ooh,
Jam?
and Alicia sips. I'll just take the first part. Alicia sips. Stacey said Alicia cubes.
Alicia cubes. I like that. I like that. That's a good one.
I
Yeah,
will
Jam.
say
Yes.
Stacey's not far off in that the first letter is correct.
Okay.
Yep.
Elisa goes clubbing.
Alicia Clubbin?
Elisa.
Alicia Clubbin? Alicia Tim with
Looking
the
for
humor
her
this morning.
keys. Yep.
Alicia looking for her
Great.
keys. Alicia looking for her keys. Tim, get over here. Get your microphone.
Come on,
You're
come on.
hired.
You're in.
All right.
You're
Her
in.
last name is Alicia Cook. Alicia Cook.
Alicia Cook. Sure, that's
Yeah,
great. Yeah, that is a
Alicia
thing.
Cook.
That's a thing that you
Okay.
can do.
Bonus.
Uh-oh.
What
Pew,
is
pew,
the
pew.
other? What is the other wild stage name she almost went by? But her mother
Ooh.
was like, "Nope, that sounds
Yeah,
like a stripper."
That's too wild. That's too. Oh, it sounds like a stripper. Okay, let's see. Let's see.
So she would have been Alicia, fill in the blank.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Spins on a pole. Twirls. I'm going to go with Alicia Twirls. Alicia Twirls.
And I just love it because then you're like, ooh, here comes Alicia Twirls. And she's just like, New York, concrete jungle.
Yeah, Alicia,
Twirls.
get on uppers.
And
Can you work with
Tim
that? Oh, Colby suggest maybe
Alicia Crazy.
Yeah.
Alicia Crazy. Alicia Crazy.
Yeah.
Because she is wild.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna give it to you.
Yes.
I'm gonna give it to you. She what other wild stage name did she almost go by?
Right.
Ooh, I like Tim's answer.
Tim.
Alicia Fox. Let's go. Yeah. Let me try.
Perfect. You nailed it. It's great. It's really coming along. I am so impressed.
I can't whistle and I can't make that noise. So
well, not with that attitude, but if you believe in yourself and you practice, you could. Because that's how it starts for everybody. Everybody starts with, and then eventually you get. But you have to practice.
I'm trying. I also can't do like the tongue pop, like that.
Okay.
No, I can do. No, the one where it's like okay.
Oh yeah, no, I can't. Yeah.
Not with that attitude. Not with that attitude.
All right. Well, we both have our homework assignments. We need to work on our
Ooh, that was close. Yeah. Okay. The name was Alicia Wild. Alicia Wild.
That's not bad, Mom.
Alicia Wild. Yeah. I don't know. She's wilding out. She started playing the piano at 7. She also appeared at age 5 in an episode of The Huxtables.
Oh.
I don't call it the other thing.
You have just done foreshadowing the likes of which I have never seen for the next segment. I'm very impressed.
Really?
Very impressed.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, there we go. There's your quiz. Dark has joined the stream.
Dark, welcome.
And here we go. Renee, we're halfway through the show. Do you want to tell them what they've gotten themselves into?
Yes, I would love, and nothing more. First off, you guys, we're so happy to have you here. We'd love to have you participate in the show. If you could, please, all you have to do is say to your device where you found us, and then whatever you want to say. Go ahead and chime on in here. And if you're like, I got here, I don't know how to get here next day. Next day is what we call it tomorrow. Next day, you just say to your device, open Backchannel. We'll be right here every day from 7 to 9. Now, Jam, May I take the stage? May I
Yes,
take the
please.
stage, as I tell
Renee,
you,
please take the
uh,
stage.
about
I'll just be
today's
off stage over
news?
here.
Okay. Yes. Okay. All right. Thank you, Jim. Thank you. Nick, make me front and center, if you please. Thank you. The spotlight is mine, and I'm happy to be here. So, you guys, today's news. Now, granted, what we want to do is we want to try to take an opportunity to like mention some stuff that maybe you haven't heard of, maybe you've heard of it, maybe you haven't. And I normally come at you with some bubblegum pop. I told you about how Adele apologized to her fans politely. I told you about how they're making new M&M's characters, but today's going to be a little heavy. It's going to be just a little bit heavier, and I think we can handle it, but I just want you to brace yourself if you think, oh, well, Renee's going to tell us about donuts. It's a little bit heavier. What I want to tell you about is there is a new documentary series. It's coming to Showtime, and it's brought to you by W. Kamau Bell. You know him, you love him. And the documentary is called We Need to Talk About Cosby. So you know exactly what that's about. And it premiered at the Sundance Film Festival a few weeks ago, and the reviews are in, and everybody says it is amazing. It is incredible, but oh boy, it is hard to watch. It is really, really difficult to have everything about Bill Cosby unpacked right in front of you. So I think it's one of those movies that like, oh shoot, we're gonna have to see it, but boy, it's gonna be hard to watch. And Jam, I am now ready to give the spotlight back and discuss this movie with you. So we're talking about W. Kamau Bell has made a documentary that's going to premiere on Showtime called "We Need to Talk About Cosby." The reviews are in. Okay, so you know all about it.
Yep.
And
I heard everything.
you heard it all. You heard it all. And so if I could, I'll give you just a little taste of like, oh God.
Yes,
The things
please.
that are coming out is that there is a portion where for the Cosby Show, which was taped live in front of a studio audience, there was like the regular crowd that would come in. So just regular crowd that would come in. But Cosby then blocked off a segment of the audience, the VIP segment, which was filled with models. Just filled
Whoa.
to the brim with
Wow.
very young, very attractive female models. After the show, they were ushered in. They stood outside his dressing room. They were ushered in one by one to audition for the show.
Don't like this at all.
Parts came of it, but it would be like a 20-year-old female 6-foot cop. And you're just like, well, that's not in the Bronx in the 80s. What are you doing?
I'm trying to think because like it was such in my mind, such as family shows. So I'm like, what roles would they even have? Maybe I could see them on the spinoff A Different World, but and what's so wild, I don't mean to hijack your story here, but it's on my list to watch. But what's so interesting is that he was so furious with like Lisa Bonet's like bad girl behavior, right? Where she was just a teenager and she was just, you know, a young adult, and you know, she had posed for Playboy, and that's why she got thrown off that show. But then he made the spinoff A Different World. It just is very interesting because I mean, I can't even call that a glass house. It's just like hell house. You live in a hell house. What are you talking about, mister?
So it's just, and I, you know, I think W. Kamau Bell did an incredible job. As I just told, like the first third of the movie is just sort of like really like digging into like his illustrious career, like how much he did. And then we're going to pull back the curtain of all the things that were happening while it was happening. Every single person who's reviewed it said that they didn't feel good afterwards because that's how bad it makes you feel. But you're going to get a lot of information, and I think it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting. It's going to be hard to watch, but it's going to be interesting.
I got to give snaps to W. Kamau Bell for doing this documentary because especially, I mean, Bill Cosby is such an icon, specifically in the Black community, of what he did for the community and being able to show, especially the Huxtables. I can't even say the name because it just but like the Huxtables, like to see a successful Black family, and that it was a show that like everybody could watch, but just to see a Black family front and center. You know, also did like a lot of great work for like, you know, youth and like the, he just was doing like a lot of great charitable work and all these different organizations, and it was just so inspiring for so many people. And so for W. Kamau Bell to do this as a Black man is going to be so challenging. And so I give him snaps for doing this sort of reporting, but having this conversation that we've been needing to have for the longest time. There is something that specifically in the Black community that we have, it's called shared lineage. And so it's like your win is my win. And
Mhm.
well, Renee, I'm going to do a little bit of a TED talk here. So,
Please, by
now
all
it's
means.
my
Yes.
turn to
Okay. You
have
take
the
the
center
spotlight. Take that
stage.
spotlight. You take that
Get her
spotlight.
out of here. Just now. But there is something that happens within and they've looked at this in psychology of that there is this thing called shared lineage that people of color and specifically Black folks tend to have, is that like your win is my win. Like if you're in the same, of the same race, or if something bad happens to that person, it feels like it's a reflection upon you. And so with that being said, um, all of this that is happening, it's a challenge to explore. And I've even had some debates of people within my community who, even though all this evidence has happened and all these the trials have happened and everything, they don't they're not willing to admit the truth. It's very challenging, and I'm just glad that WKML is doing these conversations and putting it forward. I'm sure it's not going to be easy to watch. It kind of reminds me of as well the Leaving Neverland, Finding Neverland, the Michael Jackson 2-part documentary series. That one was like really challenging to watch. And as someone who grew up listening and I learned how to dance from watching Michael Jackson music videos. Like Michael Jackson was huge in my family, like absolutely huge. And that was another necessary but troubling one to watch. And my thing is like with these documentaries, I don't believe in, putting your head in the sand. Like get all the information, Renee, what like you could probably like you get all the information
Right.
and then your choice and your decision,
Yeah.
you get all the
Yeah.
information and make your choice and your decision. Because it's like, for me, it's
Right.
like, listen, you can listen to as much Michael Jackson music as you want, but watch the documentary and then make a case, then decide for yourself. I will say,
Yeah.
I don't know, watching a lot of people are like, oh, I don't, then don't listen to the music, because there are like you hear the full story of every the full experience. There are I think even Leaving Neverland did a really great job of showing the full story. And that's what a good
Mhm.
documentary will. Like it talked about, Michael Jackson's upbringing, like hurt people, that he
Right.
too is probably like abused, and all these different things. Like at Studio 54 at the age of 13, like I had no business like being there. But I
Yeah.
will say there is another layer within the Black community of, for us, it's like you're taking down our heroes, and it does seem like there's an extra bit of
Yep.
microscope on
Yep.
them when
Yep.
they are Black, right?
Yeah.
And so easy to take them down, right? Like
Right.
it is challenging for that, but
Right.
abuse is abuse. So
Right. Well, yeah, and I like that Hannibal Buress and W. Kamau Bell at least are just like, yeah, let's talk about that part too. Like it just sucks any way you slice it. But it'll be interesting to see what we think about that. Yes.
well, I feel like we have a theme today of
Yeah.
we're examining
Uh-oh.
troublesome men, or I'm
Yes.
trying to think Tuesday, because I have a story
Yeah.
about, it's troublesome Tuesday.
You've
And
got some hot goss, right?
I got some hot goss. So,
Okay.
as you all probably know, I huge fan of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. So much, in
Mhm.
fact, that we had named Tuesday Ruby Buffy Tuesday, because every Tuesday I would watch Buffy. It was the thing that I would treat myself to.
Right.
But didn't want to explain that every week. So for the longest time, I was the hugest fan of Joss Whedon, as many of us were, the creator and writer of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Angel, Firefly. He directed the first Avengers. But recently, things have been turning a tide for our beloved Joss Whedon, and he's not
Mm.
the feminist hero that we thought. And so
Nope.
there's been pieces since dating back till 2017, just sort of like, oh, Joss Whedon. So I'm going to recount some things for you. And James, welcome. James's first time to get on up. And James, I am also James, and I've never met a James I
Look
didn't
at
like.
that.
So welcome to the
2
show.
James. 2 James are better
Two
than 1.
Jameses.
Love to
Two
see
Jameses
it.
are better than one, from Indiana. Not me, you, James from Indiana. I'm James from California. Okay, so here's what happened. So there's a new report from New York Magazine. It is good. I will give you some of the highlights, but I
Please
recommend
do.
read it.
Yeah.
And so, he broke his silence. So he did the interview. He did
Okay.
this interview. And
Wait,
it does
Josh
not.
Whedon? Did an
Joss
interview?
Whedon did an interview.
Ugh,
He did an interview, and it didn't do him
yikes. Doesn't
any
sound like it, yeah.
favors, I will
Okay,
say. So
okay.
in the interview is trying her best, I could tell, but she's just like, this guy.
Yeah. Ugh,
Not
that
a lot of
guy's yeah,
self-awareness. And I think this
right.
happens when you get to this power state and you're
Yeah,
just oblivious. So he denied a lot of the things that had happened, things involving inappropriate relationships he had had with actresses during Buffy. Um, so he did have these interactions. He had affairs with
right, but he
actresses, or
denied
he
him
was
in this interview.
well, he denied that they were, like, inappropriate. Here's what he said. He said that he was powerless to do anything else. He just felt powerless. And part of Joss Whedon's thing is that, like, he was a nerd growing up, and so he felt like, well, I have to honor my teenage self. This like hot actress wants to like be with me, and I have to. He was powerless to do it. Um, he denied accusations of his abusive and unprofessional behavior on 2017's Justice League from Ray Fisher, who had called him out for all of this. That really kind of helped to turn the tide and get people to examine what had happened, what was going on with Joss Whedon. He went as far as to say that Ray Fisher, he shot back, was just a bad actor in both senses of the term. If you watch Joss Whedon's version of Justice
He's
League and then you see Zack Snyder's, like, granted, Zack Snyder was, who knows what he was doing with that Batman v Superman, didn't put a lot of confidence in the studio. It's a mess.
yeah,
Like when him and Superman and Batman bond because both of their mothers were named Martha, it's just, what is this writing?
it's
What's
tough.
happening?
That's tough. Yeah, that's tough.
Martha, that's my mom too. Oh, we're friends now. Oh, you
You know,
died. Oh,
it was
I'm sad
difficult.
now.
It was difficult. Mhm.
But in Zack Snyder's version, he really collaborated with Ray Fisher and really had Cyborg, this black character, being front and center of the story. And then you get to Joss Whedon's, and all of that is really lost and cut. He did threaten Gal Gadot. Our Wonder Woman. She's like, oh, he threatened me. He threatened my career on the set, and he goes, like, she misunderstood me. English is not her first language. So it's sort of this sort of like gaslighting of like, oh, that's not how everything.
Holy cow.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay.
Yep. 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 Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. So they're like, so all of these different sort of things that like, he, oh, I'm sorry. So there was all
Yes.
these just sort of like things that like, he is just a really great article that essentially is just really putting on focus for everybody all of the different things that, we thought we knew about Joss Whedon, but he just is not. He's not the guy that we had thought he
Ay,
was.
ay, 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 ay. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
but I feel like this has been not the guy we thought he was back in, like, early aughts, but I feel like it's been pretty clear that he's, not not one to keep around for a while. Yeah?
Yeah. Well, in
Okay.
2017, his wife, Kay Cole, she published a this is what really turned the tide. And again, like it was shocking. She wrote this blog post for the Wrap, and she pretty much condemned him as being a hypocrite preaching feminist ideals,
Right.
accused him of cheating on her throughout their marriage, including with actresses on the set of Buffy. Just don't know who these
Mhm.
actresses are, but then in the beginning of summer 2020, actors, like I said, Ray Fisher and Gal, they were voicing what was happening and called it, that he had this gross, abusive, unprofessional, and completely unacceptable behavior. Um, and so then when Ray Fisher was going through this, and the reason why there was a huge investigation, Ray Fisher forced Warner Brothers to do a huge investigation on Joss Whedon. And at that point, Charisma Carpenter, who played Cordelia on Buffy and Angel, she wrote a huge letter and post about it. And she was very thoughtful about the letter that she wrote. It's very telling. But she disappeared off of Angel, and it was around the season where she just was pregnant all of a sudden. In the fourth season,
Mhm.
she was pregnant, and then she disappeared from the show. And so it was all this like rumors of like what had happened, and the original rumor and thought that you had that she was fired because she was pregnant was absolutely true. He
Ooh.
When she was said that she was pregnant, he was like, "Are you gonna keep it?" Like, was very aggressive about it. He would call her fat while she was pregnant, which is very uh, emotionally abusive towards her on set.
Sure.
Even before she got pregnant, she was so stressed out that she got a rosary tattooed on her wrist to give her strength. And he was like so upset because she's on the show with a vampire and she has a rosary tattooed on her. But
Uh-huh.
like,
Yeah.
to quote the
But
director
also
that I worked with,
tattoos are very easy to cover. You're fine.
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, Alyssa Milano has like a million tattoos, and you never really see most of them on Charmed. So they figured it.
Right.
Charmed did not have the budget of Buffy Angel, and if they could figure it out,
Right.
and essentially, Charisma Carpenter, she had this quote that all the joy of new motherhood had been sucked right out. Joss was the vampire.
I'm so
He would
sorry.
also berate like female like writers in the writers' room. He would like force them to come into the room and just like go line by line about why the script was so terrible. He had threatened the actor James Marsters, who played Spike. Spike got really
Mhm.
famous and popular. Fans loved him. And so he had planned to kill him off. But because fans loved Spike, he like threatened him and was like, look what you're doing to my show. And James was just like, oh, but like was so aggressive. He once got
Sure.
physical with a costume designer. I mean, he doesn't remember a lot of these situations. He says that they were exaggerated.
Right.
Actress Michelle Trachtenberg, who played Buffy's controversial, all of a sudden she has a sister. But when you rewatch, you make your peace with Dawn, you make your peace with her. But she had she was not, her handler said that she was not allowed to be in a room with him because one time she was in a room with him and she came out and was completely shaken, really shaken by whatever the experience was. I don't
Oh
know, but
my
he was
God.
not allowed. But he goes like, Joss is like, I think I'm one of the nicest showrunners that's ever been. Um,
I mean,
and
that's the
his whole entire,
tell right there. If you say
yeah,
you're nice, you're not. Yeah.
and he just talks about he has these stories about his childhood, and I get it, hurt people, but he felt like he was a nerd, and he used to really, it's interesting because online nerd culture really helped put him up. He would go on message boards back in the day and like chat with like the fans and argue about the shows with them, and for him he's like, the tables have turned, like the internet has completely turned against me.
Ah, yeah, they have, my friend.
Yeah,
Yes. And
yeah.
so is he working on anything? Have we completely canceled him?
So, and again, with the whole entire, like, I don't necessarily believe it's not cancel culture, it's accountability culture.
There you
And if we're gonna use this metaphor of cancel, you can be canceled and then renewed, like if
go.
you like
Yeah.
do the actual work. But he did this interview and it's like I'm in therapy, and it's like, but you haven't grown. There's nothing new that's like happening. And like we were so excited because originally he was working on a Wonder Woman script.
Right.
And Tiffany, welcome just in time. We're talking about some hot gossip about Joss Whedon. Um,
Everyone.
but he was working on a Wonder Woman script for years, and then it didn't pan out. And we were so upset. We're like, "Oh, Joss Whedon, of course, the writer of Buffy should be able to write. He should do Wonder Woman." And then we got pages of the script. Awful, sexist, terrible. What I
Course.
think is he's surrounded himself with really great people who helped like
Mm.
filter his ideas, and some
Yeah.
really amazing female writers as well, and
Yeah.
producers like Marty Noxon, Jane S. Benson. Left to his own devices, the script, it's online. It's terrible. It
Oh
just will talk
boy.
about like, and then Wonder Woman, she's so sexy and beautiful, and the camera pans up her legs. It's just like, okay, why are we like, it was so
Gross.
much focusing on like her body and what she looked like, and
Right.
yeah, I don't know. It just
Yikes.
not
Yikes,
great.
yikes, yikes.
Not
So wait,
great.
to that end, he's not working on anything. He hasn't been hired by anybody.
So he was working on the show The Nevers that was on HBO Max. It was about women who have like superpowers in like the 1800s. So it was like that steampunk sort of vibe.
Okay.
But then Warner Brothers, HBO, Warner Brothers, same thing. And so this whole entire investigation of him was going around this
Right.
time, and they had actually taken his name off of everything involving the Nevers.
Right.
And they actually, yeah, they took him off the show as showrunner. And then I think the show just didn't continue. But
I'm sorry for everybody else working on that show. That sucks. But
right.
I'm glad. I'm glad. Yeah, let's just keep going to therapy. And if when you're ready to change, then we'll listen to you. But Not yet. Doesn't sound
It's
like Ray.
it's sad because it's like these folks who are your heroes or people that you just really admire. I just wonder sometimes, Renee, I'm like, who am I going to let down in 20 years? Tim, I'm just gonna apologize now. You're like, I thought I knew that James. I thought he
No,
was great, but
certainly.
he had an elephant farm the entire time. What? What's wrong? I like elephants. They're not
True.
doing anything. They
No, I
stupid. What I do? I didn't do nothing wrong. I went to
assuredly
therapy.
say you are a good person. You are a good person, and you will not let anybody down. You
I'm
are good.
so
You are
scared. Because what if you and I think some of it's like you're not people are just not able to evolve with the times. We
so
evolve
yes. No, I
and
also
we
have that fear.
should be evolving. And so I just hope that like, yeah, we're not the same people that we were 500 years ago, right? Like
Yeah.
we should be evolving. And it's so important for us to be able to continue to like as new ideas and new ways of thinking and new ways of seeing. Cause it's like the fog keeps getting lifted and we're like, oh yeah,
Oh
like
god. Yeah.
oh,
It's I think something, and I won't speak for you because I'm more geriatric than you are by a long shot. But geriatric millennials, I think we were born and raised with gender assigning. And that's just it's
mhm.
just intrinsically within us. And so that has started to be the like dawn of because I understand the concept of it, but involuntarily when somebody's like, oh, I'm having a baby, the first thing is just like, well, oh boy, and you just
Mhm.
gotta
Yeah.
stop and you gotta evolve, but it's a process. It's a process. Ugh, it's
My
terrifying.
brother made the
Yeah.
mistake of asking me to do a gender reveal video for a Zoom event, family event that we're doing. Yes, his queer brother who does thinks
Oops.
gender is a construct
Oops.
to
Yep.
yeah. Well, it was the most confusing video that anybody had ever seen. I mean, because you can play with colors, because people attach certain colors to
Works.
different things. And I used like
Absolutely.
2001 Space Odyssey, and it was like it, dun 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 dun, and it would be like uh, they are having a it'd be like different colors. It'd be like blue and then pink and then purple and
Love
then green, like
this.
all kinds of colors. And then it's about like a baby, a baby, a baby boy, and it will be loved no matter what it is.
But
Yeah.
I love that. That's perfect. That's absolutely perfect. Yeah. Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
played with
Yep.
color. I did not use like traditional colors or
No,
anything. Yeah.
no,
Yeah. Yeah.
no, and nor should you. But yeah, no, I worry about that every day. I'm just like, my God, I hope. But I think once you're willing to change, you're always willing to change. We'll see. We'll see.
No, I think so.
Um, Jam. I
Renee.
am very, very excited. Because we could talk about this for days, but I also have prepared my very first quiz for the show,
This
and I'm so
really
excited.
has been a tricky Tuesday or like a freaky Friday because we have just switched.
I
Renee's the
know
quiz master. Renee brought the drama and the news. I just brought the gossip.
you just
Joss
brought the
Whedon,
hot.
bam.
Thank you so much. So yeah, so I was hoping that maybe we could play a real quick Marilyn Monroe quiz. Would you be up for such a thing?
I'm up for it only if the Get On Uppers are here to help Tim. We are
Okay,
going to collaborate. Tim, Kobe, Stacy, James,
yep,
Kristen.
the whole team,
I'm going to
the whole
need your
team,
help.
the whole team.
Need your help.
No, hold on.
Feel free to Google. I won't mind now that you're
Okay,
on my
thank you
side.
so much. Thank you so much. Okay, are you ready? Are you ready for the first one?
Yeah, let me just
Okay.
open up Google real quick.
Hey, no cheating, no cheating. So again, get on uppers. The reason that this is happening to you is because the Friday show, Jam wore Marilyn Monroe on his shirt and would stand up, and I would get to co-host with Marilyn Monroe. And I said, oh, I got a friend who's a fan. Well, let's incorporate such a thing and let's do a quiz about Marilyn Monroe. Now, what's funny about this is I took the quiz myself and I got every single one wrong. Every single one. I know about Marilyn.
7 out of 28 is an F, but you didn't get them all wrong. What's her first name?
All
Marilyn.
wrong. No, honestly, that's the very, very first question. Are you guys ready to play?
Oh, because her first name is not Marilyn Monroe. That's a stage name.
First name is not Marilyn Monroe. What is Marilyn Monroe's very first name? I'm going to give you, and it's multiple
Ooh.
choice, so we can work
Oh,
together.
perfect. Okay. All right. Great.
Norma Ray, Norma Jean Mortensen, Marilyn Baker, or Faye Miller. A, Norma
Okay.
Ray, B, Norma Jean Mortensen, C, Marilyn Baker, D, Faye Miller.
Yep, Stacy, I'm right there with you. Me and Stacy are on the same page. I knew that there was Jean in it, and then when you said the first Norma, and I was like, that doesn't seem right. But then when you said Norma Jean, I was like, that's it, that's it.
Yes.
Stacy and I were taking the reins, get on uppers. You can chime on in, but Stacy and I have already locked in our answers. We're going full steam ahead. Norma Jean.
Norma Jean, and you are correct. Very good. Do you want a little bit more information around it?
Yeah.
Well, Monroe might have used the names Faye Miller or Zelda Zonk to hide out when she was famous. Her real name on her birth certificate was Norma Jean Mortensen, named after her mother's ex-husband. Norma Ray is, of course, the name of her 1979 film starring Sally Field. Very good. You guys are 1 for 1.
Off to a great start. High five.
1 for 1. High five. High five to Jam. Tracy, you're killing it. You are winning. You're winning.
Well, let's just stop there while we're ahead.
Taking a break. Yes.
No more quiz. Can't we just get, you go to Jeopardy and you get one right. You're like, great, I'd like to cash out.
Could that be it? Did I win? Are we done? Yep, exactly. Yes, you'd like to stop there? What do you want to stop for, my love? What do you need? What can we get you?
Keep going. I just I'm winning right now and I don't want that to stop.
I feel like that trend will continue, especially because you got your get on uppers on your side.
That's right. Okay.
All right.
We can continue.
Question number 2. And what do you say? I think we should do between, and we'll feel it out. We'll see how morale is feeling between 10 and 12 questions.
All right. Let's do it.
Between 10 and 12. Just between 10 and 12. So question number 2. Here we go. Right. Where was Monroe born? Wisconsin, Mississippi, Maui, or Los Angeles? A, Wisconsin, B, Maui, C, Mississippi, D, Los Angeles.
Okay. I definitely feel with a name like Norma Jean Mortensen. I definitely originally was thinking the South. I just feel like she's got a Southern thing about her. If she was from the Midwest, I just don't really see Wisconsin. No, if anybody from Wisconsin, I just don't see Wisconsin. Kobe said B. What was B? Was that
B was Maui.
Maui. Kobe, you're coming from left field. I mean, maybe you know something I don't know. I don't know. Maui does not seem right to me.
Okay. All right. I can see Maui.
Baby? I don't know. I don't know if you're leading me there. I just think I don't know. I don't see it. It's too. I feel like she was Norma Jean Mortensen from Maui. I don't see it.
You never know.
Her mom was a hippie before a hippie. I'm gonna go. I'm sorry, Kobe. You can lock in Maui. I'm gonna go in a different direction. Leo just joined. Perfect timing, Leo. We're doing a Marilyn Monroe quiz, and we're trying to figure out where Marilyn Monroe was born. If you happen to know, please into your device say where it was.
Okay.
Stacey's going.
And your options are Wisconsin, Maui, Mississippi, or Los Angeles. Yes, Stacey says Wisconsin.
I don't know why. I'm going to double down. We're all going to choose our own adventure here. Okay. Kobe went with Maui. Stacey's going with Wisconsin. I'm going to go with Mississippi. I'm going to hold on to it.
Ooh. Well, now here's what's nice is that you all won in losing. So
wow, did nobody pick the right answer? Los Angeles? Wow.
Now, I would like to tell you more. Monroe almost seemed destined to be a Hollywood star from the moment she was born. After all, she was born and raised in Los Angeles, California. With proximity to Hollywood from such a young age, can you blame her for her career choice?
I can't blame her. I mean, it was either that or bus driver. I mean, those are the two options.
Exactly. So you all won in losing together as a team.
So collectively, we're still at 1 point together. Okay, that makes me feel good. I would have been so mad if Kobe would have won and I didn't.
I'd be so mad. All right, how are we feeling? Everybody good? Anybody need a break?
Keep it going.
Strong. Loosen it up. Here we go. Question number 3. What did Monroe do before she began acting? A, housewife. B, working in a factory. C, a pinup model. D, all of the above. A, housewife. Working in a factory. C, pinup model. D, all of the above.
I definitely could see her. I think definitely the factory. I want that for her. Like,
Mm,
and I feel like Marilyn Monroe is just a tough human and woman, you know? So I definitely like think she was like, working in a factory. I think she probably was a housewife, hated it, didn't I could see that. She's like, this is
yeah,
terrible. This is not my life. I am Marilyn Monroe.
yes.
Or I will be. That's when she left. She like was like,
Yeah.
you know what? I'm not Norma Jean Mortensen. I'm
Yes.
I'm Marilyn Monroe. So Kobe definitely thinks A.
A
I definitely
housewife
think
again.
factory. And so
Yeah.
that's why I'm leaning. What was the last one? Pinup model.
Peanut
Sometimes
model
you gotta
or
make
D,
them
all of the above.
and you gotta make that money. You gotta make that money. I think she's a multifaceted human being and lady. And I'm gonna go with D. I'm
All the
gonna go with all
above.
of the above.
All right. Well,
Why
now
would they
here,
put that if they weren't all the true? That's what they usually
that
do. That
is
they're like, they want to
it's a
get more
tricky
facts in
it's
there.
a tricky thing that tests do. I'm still gonna say that Colby is right because A is right, and so are the rest of them. The correct answer is D, all of the above. Have you
See
gotten one
these
wrong that
quizzes.
time?
Yeah, I got the other one wrong, the LA one.
Oh, right. Okay. All right. A little bit more, if you please. At the
Yes,
age of
please.
16, Monroe married her neighbor at the
Mhm,
time,
mhm.
James Doherty. She became a homemaker for a while, and she ended up working in a factory in Van Nuys during World War II. And that's where she was spotted by a photographer, David Conover, who helped her start her pinup modeling career.
Yeah, yeah, of course. That all makes
Oh,
sense. That makes
that's
sense.
how it all happened. Okay. Now,
What?
Jam.
What
This
happened?
next one is a little
Yeah.
it's a little
It's a little racy, a little
oh,
little
and I am
inappropriate for the morning.
are a little nervous,
Yeah,
but I think we can do it. I
I think
think
we
we
can
can do
do
it, but
it.
if, based off the
Ren
answers. Mhm,
Renee,
yes.
you used to do children's shows, so if you can turn this to morning television, you
Alright.
can, more than anybody else, so I have faith.
Okay, you guys,
Give
here
us
we
the
go, here
Bitty
we go.
Bear
Ready?
version of it.
Your version of it. I think I can it's just a fact, and I can't change facts. Monroe was a cover girl for the
Mhm.
first issue of a now iconic magazine. What was the name of that magazine?
Oh, I
Is
already
it
know it.
Okay. Well, A, 17, B, Playboy, C, Cosmopolitan, D, GQ.
I'm going in fast and furious in this one. It's B Playboy. One, you gave us the tip of the hat with saying it was gonna be a risque. Listen,
Yeah.
people buy that for the articles, Renee. They buy Playboy for the article. Very good reads,
Do.
very good reads. I'm pretty sure it was an interview that she did. It was like a
Yes.
12-page interview. Um,
Correct.
and she was giving her philosophies on the state of the
Yep.
world, politics,
Yep.
and social justice.
Yep. And we will go with that and not read the correct information.
Uh-huh, uh-huh,
Yeah,
uh-huh.
you were correct. It was Playboy. Great. Great, great, great,
Man,
great, great.
I know my Monroe.
Sure
Except where she
do.
was
You
born.
sure do. Okay. Now, here we go. And listen, we know she had a difficult life. We know she had a difficult
Mm,
life. Question number
mm.
5. What happened to Monroe's mother, leading her to hospitalization on and off for the rest of her life? What happened to Monroe's mother, leading to her hospitalization on and off for the rest of her life? Was it A, mental health issues, B, cancer, C, generative disease, or D, a car accident?
I thought you were
A,
gonna say
mental
D, all of the above. Oh, wow. That's what I would maybe. And look, Aaron joined the stream just in time to help us out with our Marilyn Monroe quiz.
So happy to
Uh,
have you.
oh, Stacy went with cancer.
It's
Read
her.
the options. Her
You are
mom
too
was in and out of the
uh,
hospital because
because of mental health issues, B, cancer, C, a generative disease, or D, a car accident.
mm, 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 mm. Could be any of those. Um, which one was the cancer one? C also said Kobe also
Yeah,
said C.
B is cancer, C is a generative disease. So Colby's saying generative disease, Stacy's saying cancer. What
Oh
is Jim?
man. And then I just man, oh man, I wish that there was a general consensus amongst the Get On Uppers. I would go in a certain direction. Um I could say mental health. I don't know that we had a name or phrase for that, so I'm going to eliminate that one for myself. Um, cancer. Did anybody care about it back then? I don't know. No one was doing walks or anything. So a car accident. I can't see that taking her mom in and out. Maybe a degenerative disease. I'll do that along
All
with
right.
Kobe.
I love it. I love it. I love it. And you are correct, Jam, that mental health did not have the awareness they currently have, that it is mental health issues. Back
Oh, that's what my gut wanted to do. Wait, mental health, mental health. I said it. I thought it. I
You
got
get points
it.
for it. You get points for it. Monroe's mother, Gladys, suffered a nervous breakdown, I believe is what they called it, which led to her diagnosis of paranoid schizophrenia. She was
Yeah.
institutionalized and later spent the rest of her life in and out of the hospital.
That makes sense because you did say that she was institutionalized, and she's got cancer.
Rare
Put her in the
for a car accident. Exactly. Now, okay, gosh, that one's. I would like to do a cheerful one. Hold, please. Hold, please.
Okay.
Hold, please. Just a second. Just
Some
a
like
second.
it hot.
A
All about
cheerful,
Eve.
cheerful one. Okay. Are you ready? Here we go. Question number 5, 6.
JFK.
Exactly. Get on up. What question am I on? Am I on 5 or 6? Because I'm skipping around here. 6?
Yeah,
Let's go with
I think it's 6. 5.
5. Okay. Question number 5. Here we go. In what animal-centric comedy did Monroe appear in 1952? Is it A, Bringing Up Baby, B, Animal Crackers, C, Monkey Business, D, Jungle Book? A, Bringing Up Baby,
Yeah.
B, Animal Crackers, C, Monkey Business, D, Jungle Book. What do you think?
The things that jumped out to me getting on uppers were B and C, Animal Crackers and Monkey Business. Because Stacy going in with Jungle Book. Wow, we are not synergized today. Get on uppers. We are not synergized today. So it'll make my job, if they were to come in with like B or C, I'm like, okay, I'm in the right direction, right? Stacy went with Jungle Book. I think that Jungle Book, as far as I know, was ahead of her time. No, behind her time, away from her time, not on time.
All right. All the things. Yes.
Bringing Up Baby, Tim with a hot take that I was not even considering.
Boy.
Tim's always right, but he hasn't chimed in at
We'll
all until
give it a
now.
hint. Animal-centric plays into the title.
Yep. So I am then going to, but Jungle Book, there's animals in there too. But Animal Crackers says it right in front of it.
Well, it plays into the title.
Well, what's
Again,
the other one?
A, Animal Baby. B, Animal Crackers. C, Monkey Business.
I'm gonna go with those animal crackers in my soup. Monkey and rabbit, loop-de-loop. Okay, after I sang my thinking song, I think Baby is a jungle cat. It's not on the nose enough for me, Tim. Tim, you lock in that Bring Out the Baby. I'm gonna go with Monkey Business.
You're right. It's Monkey Business was the 1952 comedy which starred Cary Grant, a whole bunch of chimpanzees, and Marilyn Monroe. It showcases her classic ditzy blonde character and was directed by the famous Howard Hawks. Look at him. I've heard of Cary Grant. I've not heard of Howard Hawks. I need to up my directors. I just need to up them. Okay, let's.
Gotta rev it up.
All right, you ready for more?
Give me more. To quote Britney Spears, give me more. Give me more.
You're killing it. Jam, I think you got this one because you're an actor, a man of the stage. What was the name of Monroe's playwright husband? Is it A, Tennessee Williams, B, Sam Shepard, C, Lin-Manuel Miranda, or D, Arthur Miller? A,
Did
Tennessee
you write
Williams.
this? Okay, we can rule out Tennessee Williams because he, as they would call of the time, was a homosexual. And I don't believe that he had a beard. Sam Shepard strikes me as like a loner who writes like sad two-person plays. Yeah, Tim, I'm with you. Arthur Miller, that guy. I mean, that's what I'm doing. Arthur Miller too. Yeah, good old Artie.
You guys are correct. In the mid-1950s, Monroe and playwright Arthur Miller began a relationship, ultimately marrying in 1956. Miller was best known for plays like Death of a Salesman, A View from the Bridge, and The Crucible.
Oh, yep.
Right.
Tracks.
All
Yeah.
great. How we feeling? How we doing? We've got 4 more.
Okay, let's do it. We
Okay.
can do it.
Okay. All right. Can we do another acting one?
Oh yeah, give us the acting. Give us the acting.
What famous institution run by the Strasbergs did Monroe study method acting at in 1955? So the Strasberg Studio basically is what was that called? Was it Juilliard? Was it the A, Juilliard, B, Actor Studio, C, UCLA Theater School, D, Upright Citizens Brigade? A, Juilliard, B,
Did you write this? Okay. The
UCLA
Upright
Theater.
Citizens Brigade. I went there, so no, it was not
Okay.
that. It was not UCLA. It was the B, the Actor Studio. That's the
Very
Strasberg.
good. You got it. The
Sorry,
famous acting
y'all.
school.
Going this one alone.
Yep.
I got it.
That Lee Strasberg began serving as director of the famous Actors Studio in 1951. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it.
Oh yeah, know my schools.
Okay. See if you can do this. All right. It's a movie title you have to come up
Okay.
with. Okay. Question number 7. Here we go. Which 1955 film about a man bored with his marriage became one of the biggest successes for Marilyn Monroe? Which 1955 film about a man bored with his marriage became one of Marilyn Monroe's biggest successes? Was it A, Oklahoma, B, The 7-Year Itch, C, Rebel Without a Cause, or D, Lady and the Tramp?
Okay. Well, Rebel Without a Cause was a James Dean film, so definitely not that. It's that 7-Year Itch. Tim knows. Tim and I are locking it in. Look at everyone coming in, even Aaron coming in hot after Tim and I already said the answer, but that's okay, Aaron. Yes, jump on that bandwagon.
Got it.
7-Year Itch.
Classic 7-Year
7-Year
Itch,
Yeah.
directed by Billy Wilder, was a hit, although in retrospective, it seems a bit tame thanks to the strict rules about showing adultery on scene. What can we say? It was a different time. It was a different time. You guys are killing it.
Now
killing
it's
it.
on every channel. Can I see a happily married couple? Jeez.
Please, pretty please. All right, 3 more, and you guys are knocking it out of the park. This one I think you know. What was the name of? Let's see if you can do this without a multiple choice. Do you want to try that?
No. Okay. Well, let's see. Okay.
First,
Okay.
because
All
I think
right.
you and the Good on Uppers can. What was the name of Marilyn Monroe's baseball player husband?
Oh, Babe Ruth.
Okay, great. That is a good starting point. That's a good jumping off point. I love that. As
Mickey
a suggestion.
Rooney.
All right. Is it A, Joe DiMaggio, B,
Oh!
Babe Ruth? Yes.
Wait, Joe DiMaggio. Yeah. So I remember I watched that NBC musical TV show. You watched it. You watched it.
Smash.
What was it called? Broadway
Smash?
Sparkle? Smash. Yeah. Because they were like, Glee, we can do this with adults. And
Right.
they were writing a Marilyn Monroe musical. And it was a big thing about the baseball player. And it was definitely Joe DiMaggio.
Joe DiMaggio. After 2 years of dating, Monroe and Monroe. Put an N in there, Renee. Monroe. After 2 years of dating, Monroe.
No. I'm sorry.
Monroe.
But
Yes.
I really do love, because we don't have the rights to say Monroe. So we have the rights to Marilyn Monroe.
Oh,
Monroe.
whoa.
Marilyn Monroe. I'm Marilyn Monroe. And I'm going to do this dance.
After 2 years of dating, Marilyn Monroe and Joe DiMaggio married on January 14th, 1954. Their union was torrid and lasted about 9 months. Yeah, he was terribly jealous. And one of Monroe's racy publicity stunts enraged him. Even after
the one where she was on the vent? No, that was in a movie.
Great question. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'm not sure which one it was. But even after she announced their divorce in October of 1954, the two continued to see each other. He loved her. It's probably a jerk. Okay,
I
this
mean,
one
kind of like J-Lo and that one baseball player that she was. I don't know if he was a jerk, but it just, celebrity actress, baseball player, hail as old as time.
Who knows? Okay, we've got two more, and your shirt that you wore on Friday is the biggest clue to this question. So everybody remember the shirt that James wore.
The shirt was Marilyn Monroe, huge, and blowing a piece of bubble gum. Bubble gum.
Right. Okay. So that's your clue. What was the color of Monroe's iconic gown from Gentlemen Prefer Blondes? What was the color of the iconic gown in Gentlemen Prefer Blondes?
Tim, we're looking for a color. Tim just came in hot. Andy Warhol.
Tim is not wrong. Andy Warhol has a lot to do with Monroe. He's right. He's right. It's not the
You're right
color
on
of the
that.
gown
I
in Gentlemen
don't know
Prefer
that.
Blondes.
But
It's a good answer.
but maybe that's what this color is. Maybe Tim knows more than I do. That Andy
Remember
Warhol's
that
actually
the
the
shirt
color.
is the biggest clue. Your shirt on Friday is the biggest clue. So here are your options. Was it
Oh, we got
A, white,
options.
B, red, C, black, or D, pink? And your shirt is the biggest clue.
Well, my shirt was, for those of you, it was pink, but she was like in black and white, and it was a blue
But what color was the
bubble.
shirt? But what color
The
was the
shirt,
shirt?
the shirt was pink,
Uh-huh.
but
Okay.
she was like in black and white, but she was blowing a blue bubble. What were my options again?
White, red, black, or pink?
Huh.
And
I
what
wanna
color was
go.
the shirt, Jam?
Yeah, but like it was. I know how you like to trick me. I'm not falling for your tricks again, Renee.
Okay.
I just keep picturing her in Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend wearing a
Mhm.
white dress.
Yes.
But Tim saying pink, and Andy Warhol also liked pink. So we're going with pink.
You're right. You're right. It was pink. While the other dresses may have fetched more at the auction, they ultimately sold these at the auction. The shocking pink dress that Monroe wears during the
It
famous
was
musical
pink.
scene in Gentlemen Prefer Blondes is the one that we're referring to here. It was famously imitated by by Madonna in her Material Girl video.
Yes, that's right. That's right. I
Okay,
feel like
last
hers
one.
was white.
Yeah, no, I can see that. I can see where they are. Okay, this is the last one. It's still Gentlemen Prefer Blondes themed. And I think we're all going to get this. I think that Moulin Rouge can help you out a little bit here.
Oh, it is pink. I just Googled. Yep.
Okay.
Pink, 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 pink,
Okay.
pink. Even
Did
the
you
Madonna one, pink.
one of your famous, wait, what do you call the quiz that you do for us of you're wrong about?
Jam You Lion?
Yeah, but what's that based off? The Mandela effect? I think you just had
Oh,
a
the
little Mandela
Mandela
effect
effect.
happening
Yeah, I
right
did
now.
have a little
Yeah.
Mandela effect. It was like,
Yeah,
no,
you're
it's
telling us.
definitely white. And then everyone thinks the dress is white.
It's pink. It's pink. Okay, last one. Everybody ready? How's everybody feeling? You guys feeling good? You feeling strong? Yeah?
Strong
Finding
like
that win?
ox. I think this is
Strong.
it. We got
Strong.
this. I
Okay.
think we've gotten all of them. I was keeping track. We missed one. So
That's
we're
fine.
doing
That's
great.
fine. Nobody knew that she lived in
We
LA or she was
we
born in
beat
LA.
Renee's 7.
Sure did. You sure did. What was and I took 28. The option. So I basically failed the entire quiz. What was the name of the song Marilyn Monroe performed during the pink gown scene in Gentlemen Prefer Blondes? What was the name of the song that she performed during that pink gown scene in Gentlemen Prefer Blondes? Was the song called A, Money, 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 B, Can't Buy Me Love, C, Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend, or D, Diamonds on the Soles of Her Shoes?
Ooh, interesting. Karen, welcome. We are playing a Marilyn Monroe quiz. It's I think our final question here.
Yeah.
Um, and it's definitely not the first. Money, Money, Money is a ABBA song. The other Diamonds Are a
Ooh,
Girl's
answer
Best
for a minute.
Friend.
Answer. And this
Yeah.
is our very first. Everybody agrees. Everybody
Okay.
agrees. Stacey says it. Tim
I'm.
says it. Colby says it.
What's
Everybody
that
thinks it's
last
diamonds.
one? Diamonds Be on Her Foot.
Diamonds on the soles of her shoes.
I don't even know if that's a real song. All right, we're going Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend. Let's do it.
You guys are all right.
We did
Everybody won the
it.
final question. May I tell you about it real quick?
Yeah.
You want to hear about?
Mhm,
The song "Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend" was written for the original Broadway production of Gentlemen Prefer Blondes in 1949. One tidbit that I always enjoyed: the author of "A Gentleman Prefer Blondes," Anita Loos, penned a follow-up called "But Gentlemen Marry Brunettes" in 1927.
Oh.
Gentlemen prefer blondes, but gentlemen marry brunettes.
Ooh. Wait, someone else wrote that song? Was there somebody
No,
else? No.
the same. So sorry about that. So the
Okay.
author that penned it, her name is Anita Loos, penned a follow-up called "But Gentlemen Marry Brunettes" in 1927.
And no, Tim, it's not Andy Warhol, but we did get it right, Kobe. You are absolutely right.
Yeah.
I thought it was a different actress who was a brunette, was like, it was sort of like, a hip hop beef rivalry, where
Wish,
she's like,
wish.
gentlemen
I know.
prefer blondes, and then like, I don't know, Bette Midler is like,
Right.
but the Mary brunettes.
How about that? Yeah. No. The author herself. Isn't that fun? You guys, I
We
think, won the Marilyn Monroe quiz. I'm going to mute myself real quick for the trash truck. James, take it away.
Fair. Yeah. Well, we won the Marilyn Monroe quiz, and the trash is here, which means we gotta back it on out of here because it's Trash Tuesday. But we got one more segment here today. Renee, I think we just have time for Giving Tuesday. We have productivity habits. We'll move it on over tomorrow. We're gonna try to get it into you. I know you're like, but I'm stuck. I'm stuck now. Don't worry. Tomorrow we'll share our
You don't need to.
productivity
Fine.
habits
You're
for
fine.
you.
You're fine.
But we want to make sure we get some giving going. Let's do some Giving Tuesday, Renee. What is your
Do it.
cause?
Yes,
that
I would
you're
love
go-
to
Yeah.
I want to tell you all about it. So you guys remember at the top of the show, the way that my treat for Tuesday is to just bleed my dental insurance dry by going to the dentist 5 times in the next 3 weeks. But I am very, very, very privileged and very lucky to have dental insurance. And a lot of people don't. So there is a foundation called the AmericanToothFairy.org, which helps people who don't have insurance get the proper oral care that they need. It is a fantastic program. You can go to AmericanToothFairy.org/program to learn more, but they basically especially help out kiddos because also like a lot of times you're like, well, nobody's just born knowing how to maintain oral hygiene, so they teach you how to brush and floss and take care of your teeth, and they're wonderful, and it's all at no cost, and we love them so much. AmericanToothFairy.org. Go check them out. They're doing great things over there.
I love that so much. Well, mine is connected to last week. I talked about the doomsday clock, and it's 100 seconds to midnight because the planet is just burning up. So before Renee passes out of just panic, there are different ways that we can help out. So there is one organization called Soul Fire Farm, because one thing that's going to help us get out of this mess is just finding good sustainability practices. And some folks have been cut out. Some people live in food deserts or just don't have access to sustainable styles of living. So Soul Fire Farm, you can support them today. Go to their website, I'm going to take 2. Go to www.soulfirefarm.org and give them $20, $25, whatever you can today for Giving Tuesday. Because when you give, you feel better. And so Soul Fire Farm is a BIPOC, which is Black, Indigenous, People of Color centered community farm. They are committed to ending racism and injustice in the food system by distributing life-giving food to communities in need. And so their whole entire idea is that with deep reverence for the land and wisdom of our ancestors, Soul Fire Farm works to reclaim the collective rights of BIPOC folks to belong to the earth and to have agency in the food system while training the next generation of activist farmers. So having more sustainable ways that you can live, it's just got to help. So teaching those future generations and getting folks who've been cut off, who used to toil the land, own the land, sometimes did it for free, to get them back to being able to fend for themselves in a sustainable way. So soulfirefarm.org, can't recommend it enough.
Love it. I love it. I love it. Those are perfect. Jim, I cannot believe we're at the end of the show.
That was we
Flew
done
by.
did it. Did we
Flew
do
by.
it?
A bunch
Can
of
we
Marilyn
give a
Monroe
li-
experts around here. My goodness. My
Can we give a
goodness.
little teaser into what is going down tomorrow? So tomorrow,
Let's do it.
it's hump day. We're going to kick off with what is your morning jam for the day. We're going to play Rank It. We're going to be ranking something. I don't think we actually figured out what we're going to rank yet, but we're going to rank something. We're going to play our ranking it game using Destiny's Child as a guide. What's the Beyonce? What's the Kelly? What's the Michelle? We're going to do What Would You Do Wednesday. We're going to read off a situation. What would you do if you were in that situation? How would you handle it? Some of them situations might be real. Some of them might be made up. Renee might have a sneeze. We're also looking at some.
Okay, go.
We're also gonna look at some news that has potential. We're halfway through the week. Some news that this could turn out well. We'll see. And then we're gonna play While In or Working It, where we're gonna read off situations, people from the news, our lives. Who's while in? Who's working it? You're the judge. You decide, and we'll leave with some Wednesday wisdom. And then we'll try to solve some productivity habits, but we might have to tune in for next week.
Maybe. Who knows? Who knows when we'll get around to that? But for today, you guys, thank you so much for being here. We love you so much. Nick, our producer, thank you for producing. James, thank you for being the best co-host there is in all the land.
And stick around, y'all. There is more. And thank you for being just the fabulous Renee that you are. And thank you all. Stick around. There are more shows coming up. I mean, you've got My Pal Hal is coming up soon. You've got Mario the Drive is also coming up. So stick around. We're gonna hop off, make space for them to hop on in here. But thank you all. And also head on over to www.backchannel.tv and hit that leave a review button. You can send your thoughts of how much you love this show, how much you love Renee's Marilyn Monroe quiz, and we'll give you more of what you want. So thank you for watching. I'm James Arthur M.
And I'm Renee Colvert, and you just
got on.
You're flat. You're flat. It's not that flat.
That's it.